Friday.
190 to 166.
There's Apple's under pressure.
You buy stocks on Tuesday and sell them on Friday.
Market is as volatile as you'll ever see.
Traders saying this is the craziest day they have ever seen in these markets. Veteran traders saying they've never seen anything like it. The movement in oil.
Hello guys, it's Max here from Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we're going to be analysing the Nasdaq100 futures chart. Just before I start today's video, anyone who's interested in joining my signal service, please do not hesitate to visit my website, dailymarketmovements.com. I charge a very small fee of $29.99 to join. Just got a few comments a minute ago. Max, where are you? Don't worry, buddy, I'm here. I'm just posting the video now, about an hour late. We have a few keyboard warriors here. We had McDeegs and Reece Stewart, who basically post a laughing face, and that of course was on the back of the CPI reading that we've had. So of course the markets are rallying during the trading session, and if you watch my S&P 500 video this morning, I said that the markets were very likely to rally 2% in either direction. If the number was stronger than expected, we'll probably fall 2%, and then vice versa. If the numbers were lower than expected, meaning better than expected for the bulls, we would likely rally 2%, and that's exactly what's happened here in the indices market. And getting a lot of stick today because, of course, the Nasdaq100 is up 2.37%, and as you probably all know, I am net bearish at this moment in time. I do believe that the markets will go down to the 50-day EMA. I've said for some time now, if we wiped out Friday swing highs and also the 200-day EMA here for the Nasdaq 100, then look, I've even got my price alert set 13,450. If we take out that price here, that pretty much tells me that we're going to break out and go up towards 14,000. And then that's an opportunity which I must take to come on here and apologize and say, guys, you know what? Since the 50-day EMA, I have got this completely wrong. I've been dollar cost averaging, selling the Nasdaq 100, where actually we've been on the cusp of a breakout here. But the good news for myself is that we are still under the 200-day EMA. We are still trading below Friday's swing high. And guess what? Inflation was always going to peak, and the core CPI reading was only 0.2 lower than expectations, and it's still extremely high. The inflation reading was still very high, guys. It's still around 8%. That the Fed's inflation target is all the way down at 2%. So what does this mean? This means that the Fed still has to hike interest rates aggressively up to around 3.75 to 4% to bring this inflation back down to 2%. Of course, we are going to have wage growth. That's going to help with that, but wage growth takes time. It can take anywhere between 12 to 18 months. Inflation's still high. It was always going to peak. It wasn't going to go up and up forever. Nothing ever does. We're not pretty much clear out of the woods in terms of inflation until we get next month's reading, because the core CPI is what the Fed looks at, because it's energy and food prices, and of course the housing market at this moment in time and services is still sky high, so it's still going to cause a big problem. So I think it's appropriate that the markets are cheering the inflation number today, but all it takes, guys, is one more piece of bad data to come out, let's say tomorrow, and there's plenty of data set to come out over the next couple of weeks, and all of a sudden it will cause a massive shift in sentiment, because I think fundamentally we are still looking very, very bad at this moment in time, especially as we are going into the winter months where people's excess earnings is going to get slashed to pretty much zero. That's going to be average household is going to have zero excess income, especially as we approach Christmas. We've heard it from Nvidia this week, we've heard it from Micron, and there's going to be plenty more big mega tech companies coming out saying, our outlook is actually very bleak, we need to change our outlook going forward because our numbers are just, there. And it's crazy because Micron only reported earnings 5 weeks ago, and they said, listen, we are expecting some softness. And then 5 weeks later, just yesterday, they had to come out and say, listen, we've got this completely wrong. We're actually forecasting a very large amount of a weakness, and we think our numbers are going to be completely off. And we are going to hear that from the likes of AMD, from the likes of Intel, from the likes of Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, you name it, and ultimately it's going to cause the Nasdaq 100 to fall. So I'm still bearish here for the Nasdaq 100 until we take out that 200-day EMA. I know that many people have been coming onto my YouTube channel as of recent, trying to troll me, posting all the laughing face emojis, but at the end of the day, I'm the one laughing, because if we just zoom out, it's not difficult to see that we are still trading in a downtrend. You know, it doesn't take a genius to kind of see that. We're still trading in a downtrend. Yes, we're at the top side of it, but at this moment in time, we are still trading in a downtrend that we could easily get rejected here, and it could send us back down to those lows.
190 to 166.
There's Apple's under pressure.
You buy stocks on Tuesday and sell them on Friday.
Market is as volatile as you'll ever see.
Traders saying this is the craziest day they have ever seen in these markets. Veteran traders saying they've never seen anything like it. The movement is